Welcome back, everyone, to Salvy. Quinn. A little scuffed today. I don't have the microphone, but I just had to do my second chance bracket, my World Cup knockout stage bracket. Obviously, it's very, very difficult to predict exactly who's going to go through in where in the bracket because of all the third place teams and all this. But I'm very happy with my original bracket. If we're looking here, Germany, France, Netherlands, Brazil, Japan. I think Norway here, Mexico, England, DR Congo, USA, Belgium, I think Croatia, Spain, Switzerland, Algeria, Argentina. Uh, I don't know if I got any of these four teams, but there's a lot of teams that I got right in the right spot of the bracket. But now we've got the bracket, and let me go. So I'll be honest. So this video is gonna come out on Wednesday because that's when we post videos, and so it'll only be going. The first knockout game already happened, but I promise you, as a Canadian, I was going to say Canada would win. There was no way. There was no, even if I thought South Africa was going to win, I would still say that Canada was going to win, right? Canada beat South Africa just now, and I just never. I went straight from Quinn's and then came home last night and then immediately went out again to go golfing this morning. So I really just haven't had a time to make this. But I did do a little prediction on my phone on the FIFA app to lock that in before this game started. So here we go. I predicted 3-0 to to Canada. It was 1-0. So I got that wrong, but Canada going through. Germany, Paraguay, I'm going to say 2-1. Paraguay haven't conceded a goal since USA, but I just think Germany is going to get that. Maybe it's close. 2-1 is pretty close. But I would expect Germany to go up by 1 or 2, and then Paraguay get the other goal. France, Sweden conceded 5 against the Netherlands. I think they're conceding at least 4 versus France, and I'll say 3-2. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'll say 4-2. I'll say 4-2. I think Sweden do have a lot of goals in them, but they obviously concede a lot too. Netherlands, Morocco. This is so much fun. I'm gonna say 1-1. It goes to penalties, and Netherlands get through. 1-1. Netherlands on penalties. Then Japan, Netherlands. I've been telling everybody about this game. To me, this is the most anime game of all time. I said that in my prediction. Will Japan get their first World Cup knockout win against Brazil? I guarantee there is some Japanese soccer anime where Japan and Brazil meet in the World Cup final. It's not the World Cup final, but it is a World Cup knockout game, and one of these teams is going to be so disappointed. Just like how one of these teams is going to be so disappointed. One of these teams is going to be so disappointed about getting knocked out in the round of 32. And I want it to be Japan. I do. I want it to be Japan. But I'm going to say 2-1 Brazil. And it might be an extra time. It might even be penalties. But I want it to be Japan so bad. I'm going to say it's Brazil. Cote d'Ivoire, Norway. This is a really fun one too. I'll say 2-1 Norway. Also, this better not be. This is not how it matches up. This thing would be wrong. This better go to the match down here or something. We'll see. Mexico, Ecuador. This is the most 0-0 game I've ever seen in my entire life. I honestly think any game is 0-0 in the round of 32. It's gonna be Mexico, Ecuador. I will give it to Mexico on penalties. Can I do that? Yeah, Mexico on penalties. England, DR Congo. This is going to be a tough game. I mean, England has been struggling with Ghana and Panama. So I think DR Congo is going to give them a real hard time. 1-1 would be really funny, and then England on penalties. I'll say 2-1, but it's in extra time. 2-1 in extra time. USA, Bosnia. I'll say 3-0. Yeah, this is a game I kind of knew was going to happen. I don't know. I made so many predictions. I can't even really remember what my actual on-camera prediction was, but this USA Bosnia game, I had a lot. In many predictions. I never had this though. Belgium Senegal is so much fun. I just saw Belgium play against New Zealand, and Senegal. I mean, they didn't look. They looked okay against Norway, but their defense is just not that good. I think it might be. I think Belgium are scoring at least 2, and I think Senegal are scoring 2. I'll give it Belgium 3-2, but it could be Senegal, and you'll see why I'm not too worried about who it is when we get going. Portugal, Croatia. This is the most 1-1 penalties game I've ever seen. Spain, Austria. I'll go 2-1. I think it'll actually be pretty close. Switzerland, Algeria. I'm going to give a 2. Algeria on pens. Fuck Switzerland. They beat Canada. And I'm hate watching Switzerland for sure. Argentina, Capo Verde. I'll do a 3-0. And then Colombia, Ghana. That's a really fun one. I do think Ghana get a goal, but I'll go 2 on Colombia. And then along with Canada, South Africa, which even when there was only one match made in the round of 32 and it was Canada, South Africa, I knew that was going to be the weakest round of 32 match. I was like, there's no way there's a weaker one. I think second weakest game is probably Australia, Egypt. Actually, maybe it's even Switzerland, Algeria, because to be honest, these are both good sides that have had a decent tournament so far. They're just not knockout stage regulars. And oh fuck, this fucking website, this is wrong. This is wrong. These two teams match up to play Argentina or Capo Verde. Isn't that fucking bullshit? Okay, we got a website that's doing it right. So we got Germany, France, Canada, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, USA, I said Belgium, Brazil, Norway, Mexico, England, Argentina, Egypt, Algeria, and Colombia. Okay, here we go. Germany, France. I can't say score, but I will say this is a 2-0 to France. I see this being very similar to their meeting in the quarterfinal. In 2014, they had both just won a knockout game. They were both against African opposition. Germany beat Algeria 2-1 in extra time. France beat Nigeria 2-0. And then they faced each other in the quarterfinal, or the second knockout round, which they're doing the same thing here. Germany would win the World Cup this year because they were ready. They were ready to win it. France would win the World Cup next year in 2018 because they just weren't ready yet. I see that being what it is right now. Germany are not ready to win the World Cup right now. They're just not. France absolutely are, right? They've been in the last 2 World Cup finals. And so it's almost like the reverse. Last time Germany beat them 1-0. I think this time maybe France win against Germany 1-0. Canada, Netherlands. Canada winning a knockout game at the World Cup. It was the last thing on our checklist, right? Our checklist, World Cup checklist, was get a World Cup point, done against Bosnia. Get a World Cup win, done against Qatar. Get out of the group, done against Switzerland. Although technically it was basically done against Qatar. It would have been win a World Cup group against Switzerland. But hey, we got second, and then we got matched up against the easiest team in the knockout round, South Africa. And so win a World Cup knockout game, check. And that's our checklist complete. I mean, really, we are going in the round 16 against Netherlands, and as Netherlands or Morocco, and as long as we don't embarrass ourselves, like lose by 3, 4, 5 goals, even 3 wouldn't be that bad. If we lost like 4-1, it'd be like, whatever. As long as we don't embarrass ourselves, then it is a resounding success, this World Cup for Canada, and could not be more proud. So I will say Netherlands here. I'll say, I mean, we lost to Switzerland 2-1, maybe 3-1, maybe 2-1, something like that. Spain, Portugal. Portugal do not look good, man. They can turn it on, like they have the talent to do it, but they're just not I just don't think Portugal are a good team. I really don't think they're a good team. Spain are a better team. I mean, they won the Euros. Portugal beat them last time they played in the Nations League, and Portugal won the Nations League. So, it's tough, but I'm going to give it to Spain maybe in extra time. Then USA, Belgium. This is a game I'm so excited. I saw Belgium play, right, and I'm so excited to see USA, Belgium. And I think the USA will win it. It'll be tight. It might go extra time, but I think USA win that. Brazil, Norway. I don't think Brazil are that good. I think they might be, I don't know. I'd put them maybe as like the 8th best team at this tournament. And so by that metric, they would make the quarterfinals, right? The final 8. But I don't know. Norway are really the perfect dark horse, and they rested everybody. Cote d'Ivoire is tough, but not like the hardest team in the world. I will go Brazil. And then Mexico, England. I had Mexico winning this game back when I made my bracket. England don't look the best, but Mexico, despite getting 9 points, and Mexico might be the worst team I've ever seen to get 9 points and not concede a single goal. Because honestly, like they haven't been that incredible. They beat South Africa 2-0. South Africa looked awful, got two red cards, and then they scraped past a good Korea side who somehow didn't make it to the knockouts because they lost to South Africa. With a scrappy goal, and then they beat Czechia, who were kind of giving up, and Czechia are awful. So I don't know. Mexico, they might be the worst team I've ever seen get 9 points with no goals scored against them. And so I'm going to go England. Then Argentina's easy route to the semifinals continues. I think they'd beat Egypt, although that'd be a really fun game. The Egypt fans would be going everything at it, Mo Salah and stuff. Algeria, Colombia. I would love to have a truly surprise team in the quarterfinals. I think that winning back-to-back knockout games though is really difficult, right? Like I think it's gonna be very difficult for a team like Algeria to beat Switzerland and then Colombia. Like I think that'll be really difficult. Norway might be a surprise team that can get into the quarterfinals. Senegal could also get there. Morocco, like there are some teams that I knocked out early. Croatia, there's some teams I knocked out early that could make it to the quarterfinal, but I don't know. I think that it might be just asking a little bit too much. For the record, I had Argentina, Colombia, Brazil, and France in my semifinal. And so Colombia and Argentina are now facing in the quarterfinal, but still, all those teams I do think are going to go far in this tournament. France, Netherlands, this is giving me vibes of Argentina, Netherlands in the quarterfinal 4 years ago. I think it's going to go the same way with the eventual champions winning. And then here we go, Spain, United States. So I have been talking shit on Spain, saying that like, oh, out of all the big teams that are not going to do well, it's going to be Spain. Spain does not do well. And so there's a chance they lose to Portugal here. There's even a chance they lose to Austria, right? Like it could happen. But I just had this idea in my head. I was like, for some reason, I just don't think Spain are going to reach the semifinal. And so I can't believe I'm doing this as a Canadian, and you can tell that I'm happy that Canada won a knockout game because I would never do this normally. I'm going to say USA. And I can't believe I'm doing that. I really can't because they're the underdog here, but it's just something about them that I do believe in this US team. And I'm like, now is the time. This is your home World Cup. And Canada, like I said, so far, successful World Cup. We did it. We made it out of the group. We won a knockout game. Like, we are happy, and we'll give everything we got against Netherlands or Morocco. But truly, we are happy. Canada is happy. I think USA will not be happy with just Bosnia. I don't even think they'll just be happy with Belgium. I think for USA to truly have a great tournament, they need to beat Spain. And I think they will. I think Spain are going to, like, I don't know. Maybe it's Portugal, right? That's a chance, but I think USA win this game. And maybe not. Like maybe I'm totally wrong and USA lose 1-0 to Spain and it's boring, but I'm going to say USA. I'm going to say Colombia's out here, and then I could say Brazil here, and then my bracket is looking the exact same. Instead, it's USA instead of Colombia. I had Colombia being where Portugal is, and then Colombia was going to be the team that came through here, right? That was my prediction. And instead, my dark horse team that gets through is USA. So but other than that, I'm changing. However, I am going to alter my prediction a little bit. Obviously, I had Mexico winning this one before. I am going to say England. I'm going to say England make another semifinal, but it doesn't matter. They lose to Argentina. France obviously lose to France win against USA. That sets up a USA England third place playoff, which would be so exciting because getting a bronze medal at a World Cup is a big deal, and a USA England not like third place bronze medal game, that would be so much fun. That would be as intense as the World Cup final, like for certain reasons. It's just that'd be awesome. And then in the final, this is no different. I have France beating Argentina. I feel really good about this side of the bracket. France down. Like you can think of the bracket as being split into four ways from the semifinal, right? So the four semifinal teams, and then it's four new teams to make the semifinals and final. But that's really what it is. Like Germany, France, Canada, Netherlands, and then it's France, and then it's Netherlands, and then it's France. I really like this. Maybe it's Morocco instead of Netherlands, because I would love to see a Morocco-France rematch. I would love to see that. Um, then in this one, maybe it's Japan, and then maybe it's even Norway, right? That could happen as well. But I feel pretty confident about England coming out of here. I feel incredibly confident about Argentina coming out here. I don't think the only difference would be maybe Australia, maybe Switzerland, and even still, I have Colombia and Argentina. The one corner that I don't know is this one. Portugal, Croatia, this could be Croatia. Spain, Croatia, that could be Croatia as well. I think it's Spain. Belgium, Senegal, that could be Senegal. Senegal, USA, that could also be Senegal, right? So like we could have really different stuff. Um, I'm really confident about France. I'm really confident about Argentina. I'm very confident about England. I'm not so confident about the USA or even Spain. Like I think anyone can come out of here. And then yeah, other red flags. I'm thinking Netherlands. It might not be Belgium. It might not be. Um, Maybe it's Portugal instead of Spain. And then Brazil, Japan. So much rides on Brazil, Japan because if it is Japan, then suddenly I might be favoring Norway in this one. So and something tells me we're gonna get Norway, England. Like something really tells me we're gonna get Norway, England. I don't know. So maybe it will be like this. So thanks for watching, everybody. This was my just really quick, not even that quick, but knockout stage prediction of the World Cup. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know who you have winning. I still have France beating Argentina in the final. That's not different. My semifinals are slightly different now. But overall, my bracket was pretty solid. Like I had a lot of these matches, and most of the big teams. The only big team that I really had swapped was Portugal. Portugal was over here where Colombia is, and then it was going to be Portugal, Argentina, and then Argentina win, and then over here it was going to be Colombia being the team that gets through. That other than that, like everything is pretty much the same. Canada, I did not. I had them getting to the knockout stage, beating Korea, and that almost happened, but it ended up being South Africa, of course. Um, Anyway, let's go. Enjoy the World Cup. Knockout stage football happening, and let's fucking go. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike. What's up? Goodbye.